Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update to this time last year, and this is a project that was started by Caena, and she did this last year. She did this two episodes last year, and then she kind of stopped doing it, and then this year I asked her if we could do it together. And so this year we are doing it as a collab because I think it's such a good idea. And basically what this is kind of like a shop my stash, but you kind of shop your stash for products that you bought this time last year. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the products that I got during March last year because I've been using them for a month, and then at the end of this update I will be showing you the products that I bought during April of last year, and then I will be using them for the next month. And I like to show you kind of looks and just talk about the items that I used and what I think about them, and then I can kind of give some thoughts, or I can gather some thoughts on kind of my purchasing habits that I had last year. But as I said, this is a collab with Caena, and if you haven't already, she will be linked in the description box, and I highly suggest you go and check out her videos, especially this series, because she buys so much like interesting makeup. She buys a lot from like Melt, and she like just Lime Crime. She buys from a lot of like indie brands that are very like interesting, and I love seeing her videos in this series, so I know you will love it too. So I will leave a link to her channel and then also her video in the description box, so you can go and check them out. But yeah, let's just get into the items that I used the past month. So I have like a paper here where I have everything written down, and I started to kind of tally how many times I used everything, but I kind of stopped. But I have used everything at least once, so let's just start talking about it. Okay, let's start with the one thing that I don't have anymore. So that is the Maybelline concealer in like the Instant Age Rewind concealer. I used that up a long time ago, so I never used it in this project for this month, but I just wanted to mention that I bought that during March of last year, and I have used it up completely since. And then let's get into the products that I still have. So let's just get through the most boring one. The other concealer that I bought that month was the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I have it in the shade Swan. I am wearing it today. I'm wearing it basically I am wearing it every single time I do my makeup, but I haven't worn makeup. I've worn makeup. This is like the third time in 9 days that I have worn makeup. So because of this kind of self-isolation thing, I'm not wearing as much makeup. And like in my other product, it doesn't matter in this product, but in my other products I won't have as much progress like I usually have. So but I am using this almost I am using it every single time, and I feel like I've gotten good progress on this one, and I've used it several times throughout the past month. And from the beginning I didn't really like this concealer, and I don't know that I like it on its own. I'm currently mixing it with the Colourpop No Filter concealer, and I really like the mix of these, and I don't know, I don't really like this one on its own, and I'm not a huge fan of this one on its own either, so I don't know why they go so well together, but they do. So yeah, I've been enjoying using it. Okay, and then if you watched my previous update, you will know that I only had basically fun products in this kind of month, so I only bought a ton of just fun items. So let's start with this one. This is an eyeshadow, and this one is from Colourpop and it is in the shade Flamepoint. I actually used it a few times on my eyes, kind of in a more neutral like daytime looks for work, and then I used it in a few more like filming type videos, or like nighttime videos, or nighttime looks, I guess. And what was fun with this one was that I actually used it as a blush twice, so it was a bit intense. I would never have like walked out of my house like that, but I enjoyed it for filming. I think it looked cool, and for like photos, I took kind of photos to post for my birthday, which was on the 16th of March. So I posted about my birthday on Instagram, and in those photos I was wearing this as a blush, and I thought it was really fun. So yeah, I got some use out of that one. And then I had 3 glitter liners in this one. I had this OPV metal and liquid glitter in the shade Flashlight. So this is like a green glitter, and I wouldn't really use it for what it is intended to do, because it doesn't dry very quickly. So if you want to like do a liner, you have to kind of just keep your eyes open for quite a while to let it dry, because it has that kind of gel kind of base to it, but it is a really pretty shade. And the way I used it, I only used it once I believe, was that I took some, I think I just pulled it out like this, and then I took a brush and kind of brushed it on, like took took this and kind of brushed that on the brush, and then I took the brush to my eye, or I did like this, I can't remember. I went in with it some way, and then I went in with another product also in this kind of update. We will talk about it later. I went in with that on top, so I used it kind of like a base for another glitter, which it worked. So it's not my favorite kind of liner like this, or like I don't know if I have one that I like more. The way I like to use glitter liners is that I put down like a glitter base, like a glitter glue. I like the one from NYX, and then I just put down a glitter on top of that, and then if I want to go in with like a black liner or whatever, I can do that. But I don't really like this type for like that purpose. I will use it for other things, because then I also have these two. So these are the W7 Metal Flash Metallic Glitter Eyeliner, and this one is in the shade, I think it's called like Glitsy. Yeah, it's called Glitsy. It's super hard to see on here, but this one is called Glitsy. And the way I use this one, I think I used it once. I took this out like this, and then I kind of put it on my hand just like this, or I put it on my finger, I can't remember, and then I just kind of took my finger and just patted in, like I had a gold eyeshadow on, so I just patted it on top, and I wore that look to work, and it was very like a very subtle glitter look, and I wore it for like a Friday to work, and it was really, really pretty. I got a lot of compliments, even though it was kind of still very like office appropriate for Friday, I guess. But yeah, so I used that one that way, and that was really pretty. And then this one is in the shade Iridescent, and this one is in a project, and this one has more of that kind of green shift to the sparkles, I guess. And with this one, I also placed it on my hand, and then I took this kind of fluffy brush and kind of dipped it into the product, and then put that all over my eye, and then I used that as a base as well for another product. And that product, and I used it once, and that product is this Makeup Revolution palette, and this one is in the shade Abracadabra, and this is a pressed glitter palette. So for the first look, I will pop up a picture, I will move over. So for the first look, I used this one. When I used this one as a base, I used this one like on top of that base, so that it was more intense. And then today, when I used this one as a base, I used this shade right here, kind of on the inner half, and then just a tiny bit on the like border between the eyeshadow and the first glitter. I used this one because I thought it kind of matched better in color. But I wanted to use this because I had never used it before. And with that, I think I've used every single like glitter shade in this palette except for this purple. So next time I'm using this one, I have to use that one. But then I also did another look with this palette, or where I used this shade right here, which was super pretty. It's kind of like an orangey kind of yellow, and I thought that look turned out. I don't think the photos turned out really, like, I don't really like the photos, but I did really like the look, and I filmed with that one. So if you remember from my whole collection update, I know at least, and also the sample blitz project, in that update as well, I wore this one on my inner half of my lid, and I thought that was really pretty. So I'm super happy to have played around with this one, and I really like this kind of technique of just taking like a fluffy brush and then just dipping into some of this, putting it all over, and then taking the fluffy brush into the glitters and just putting that on as well. And it's not like that super intense, super heavy. I mean, it's an intense glitter look, but it's not that kind of, I don't know, I like doing it that way. And then the last product that I had in this last round was these Clinique lip glosses, and I have several of these. I think I have 5 of these tiny duos, but I only used this one because this one is in a project, and I thought I didn't want to open them all because I had not opened them before. But yeah, I only use this half as well. It's a really nice formula on this lip gloss. I really like it. It's very moisturizing. I feel like I can use it instead of like a lip balm when I'm at work or when I sit at my desk. So I really enjoy it, and I think I could use them up pretty easily. Let's see if we can kind of give you a close-up of what the glitters look like. and the lip gloss. So yeah, those were all of the items that I used in this project the past month, and I had a lot of fun using these items, and I still really enjoy this product. I think it's really cool to like shop your stash for specific products that you bought like last year, and like seeing how much you've used them and all of that. I think it's really cool. So if you also, like me, keep tabs on all of the items you buy each month, like this year I also, like, I've done it since early 2017. I've tallied up everything that I got each month, each year. So yeah, if you're like me and you keep tabs on that, then you can also do this project. It's really fun. So yeah, now we're gonna talk about the things that I've got in April of 2019. And in April I got 4 pigments, and these are all from, I feel like in April, like March and April of last year, these were like so hyped up. These are the Tammy Tanuka pigments, and her Etsy shop was closed, I believe, so I got them from somewhere else, but it was like the hype was real, so I had to get 4 of them. So I got this one, which is Sorceress, and that one is kind of like that purpley green brown, like a blue brown, but kind of blue, more purpley kind of shift to it. One of those, you know, the blue brown pigment from MAC. And then I also got this one, which is called Awakening Fern, and that one is more like a green, very pretty. It has a lot of like sparkle to it, so it's really pretty. And then I got this one, which is called Smothering Look, and it's also one of those super pretty, like highly glitter ones. But this one is blue. And then the last one I got is Spirit of the Iris Lake, and that one is more like a pinky, purpley, blue kind of shift to it. It's also like a duochrome. And I have used all of these, and my favorites are definitely Awakening Fern and also Smothering Look, like the blue and the green, because these are super pretty on eyes. I've only used, I think this one, the Spirit of the Iris Lake, I think I've only used it once or twice and I didn't like the look, so I took it off. And then I used this one on top of like a really dark purpley eyeshadow, the one in my panel palette, and I enjoy the look, but I have so many other ways to kind of achieve that look. So I'm super excited, especially to use these two. And then the last item that I got in April of last year is this one. This is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Diamond Dust, and this one was from like one of her, I guess it was like a holiday collection, and this one has like a pink shift to it, and it's really pretty. I really love these kind of duochrome pinky highlighters that are really like super pink, because I think they're really pretty. If I see someone else wear them, I always think they are stunning, so that is why I feel very confident wearing them myself, just because I know, like, I've seen others wear them and I think they look so stunning, like in real life. I think they look like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it's something about them. So I really enjoy these kinds of duochrome, and I actually got this one, like this I got new, this one I got used, I guess. It wasn't used, but like secondhand, because yeah, I saw it and I wanted it and I got it for a good price. So I think that's cool as well, if you can, especially here in Sweden, because you can't return things. So like if you buy something and it's not the right color for you, you can't return it. So I think it's cool if you can like buy from others that maybe made a mistake in like buying the wrong shade or something. So yeah, I will be using those 5 items, but then because I know I got a ton of stuff in May of 2019, I'm also going to be using 2 blushes this month, because I thought, why not kind of divide it. At first I was like, no, it's nice to have just an easy month this month, but then I thought it would be more interesting if I have like 2 interesting updates instead of one where not a lot of product and then maybe the other one with a ton of products, and I won't be able to get to them all. So I've added 2 blushes this month that I actually got in May, and these are from the brand Mulac, which is it's an Italian brand, and I actually got it at the airport in Barcelona. And these 2 blushes are from that brand, and I'm gonna see if I can give you the name. So this one is called Bambi, and this one is called Winnie. So I think this one is a blush, at least, yeah, I think I've used it as a blush before, but I'm going to be using these two and see how I feel about them. These two are blushes from H&M, and I kind of deep polished them and put them in here just because they were the perfect size. So I'm not going to be using these two because they are super old, but I'm going to be using these two this month to try out because I have 7 other blushes to use in May, so I thought it would be good to put them in here. So yeah, that was it for this update. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please don't hesitate to join in this project if you would like to, and as I said, if you keep a tally of everything you buy. And yeah, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!